Hi everyone, welcome to Little Wicket Railway. I'm Rob and in this video we're at the Greatest Gathering. The Greatest Gathering was a huge railway event that took place at Alstom's Litchurch Lane site. It was put on to mark the 200th anniversary of the railway, and more than 140 locomotives and rolling stock were assembled, spanning 2 centuries of railway history from locomotion number 1 to state-of-the-art yet-to-be-released locomotives. It was a once-in-a-generation celebration of the past, present and future of British rail. I didn't take too much video because I just wanted to enjoy the event. I'm sure there will be loads more in-depth videos coming out from other creators, but I thought I'd share what I did capture and give my thoughts on the day. And it was only a day. The event ran for 3 days, but I only had tickets for the Saturday. And the first thing to say is that this really wasn't enough time to see and do absolutely everything. The site was enormous and I clocked over 20,000 steps just wandering around. The majority of the locos were obviously static, although some had their engines on and you could queue up for a time in the cab to rev the engines and sound horns. There were a handful of engines running, a couple on Alstom's test track and a couple of narrow gauge trains running on short sections of track built just for the event. As well as all the locomotives to see, the sheds were being used as display zones for businesses and organisations related to the railway, and they'd sensibly grouped them. This shed was full of preservation groups, heritage railways and historical societies. The GL5 had a large 5-inch gauge railway running, and it was nice to see John JMC driving his Ginty. Most of the activities, such as riding on the steam train or test train, needed to be booked in advance, and these sold out extremely quickly, which was a bit frustrating, but I was able to get access to the HS2 exhibit. Here they've built mock-ups of what the interior of the HS2 rolling stock for the new Class 895 will look like. My friend Mark gave us a tour, and he explained how much thought and focus group testing had gone into these designs to make them as user-friendly, comfortable and most importantly, safe as possible. And this wasn't something that was put on especially for the event. This is actually where the design work takes place and where the coaches will be fitted out when the time comes. A few celebrities were on site. Francis Bourgeois was with former Top Gear presenter Chris Harris filming. They needed their own security team to get them around the site because they couldn't move 2 feet without being stopped by a fan for a chat or a selfie. Someone they did stop for a long chat with was Pete Waterman, who was there with his Milton Keynes section of Making Tracks. Alongside Making Tracks were loads of other model railway layouts, manufacturers and retailers, but this whole area was far too crammed in, which is a shame because they definitely had more space to spare. It was difficult to get close to the layouts or to stop and admire them without feeling like you were getting in someone's way. Scale's new Territorial Army Centenary Class 60 livery, commissioned by Hornby magazine, was on display. I couldn't resist getting a model souvenir to mark the occasion, a Greatest Gathering wagon. It's just a standard Daypole wagon with a print on the side, and I'm a sucker because this cost £22.50. Other relatively interesting things were DB Cargo demonstrating how to re-rail a wagon, a robot that did singing and dancing, and there was a fun fair in the centre of the site. The food and drink situation was a bit of a nightmare. We spent over an hour in queues just to get some lunch, and most places had sold out of drinks. and it's a shame a bit more thought wasn't put into this side of the event. But overall, a nice day out and a great opportunity to get up close to a lot of locomotives and just be part of something very special, the likes of which may not happen again on this scale in my lifetime. Special thanks to all the YouTube members and patrons for your support, it's very much appreciated, and thanks to Mark for the HS2 tour. Did you go to the event? What did you think? Let me know in the comments. But that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you again soon.